Hi guys, welcome to Charities Bubble USA, your number one channel. I hope you're doing great. I'm doing fantastic, guys. The weather is good. The weather is really good. Looks like we are finally rid of winter. Maybe, we never know. It's still but we are going to spring break, so we are finally rid of the cold season. It has been cold, I'm telling you. It's been very cold. This is Charities Bubble USA, your number one channel. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly consider. You know the drill. And thank you for always supporting me. So one person was asking me, why is it always dry here? Now the dry season is going to last just a little bit because we are coming out of winter, and then it's going to start raining and raining, and soon all these dry grass and dry trees that you're seeing are going to bloom, and they're going to be green, and it's going to be beautiful. But the thing is that all the seasons, I love winter because of the snow. I love spring because that's when you see a lot of budding of the trees. I also love fall. Fall is, that season when it's still very hot, but it's getting very cold. It's still there. It's getting cold, so the plants are not able to withstand those temperatures, and the leaves turn golden. It's beautiful in fall, and then of course you go back to winter. So we are going to spring. So like I said, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly consider subscribing. I always appreciate your support. And nowadays I've been writing there, if you want to comment on my page, please make don't bring a negative comment, because if you bring a negative comment, then I am going to block you off my channel. You won't be seeing my content, and that's it, capiche. For me, you see, you get what you see. So I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat and allow people who want to say whatever they want on my page. If you have something to say that is not helpful, don't say it on my page, please. Do not. My life is filled with positivity, and that's why I am where I am right now. And I try all my best. I normally tell you guys that I have very few friends. And because why I have very few friends is because I always ask myself, what value is that person or that thing adding to my life? If it's not adding anything to my life, anything positive to my life, then that's it. So my main topic today, what I want to talk about today is, I want to talk about $5 million. I want to talk about $5 million. So if you have $5 million that you have saved somewhere, that's what I want to talk about. Because I know you guys have been trying on the DV lottery, you've been trying on so many things, but there is $5 million that could make you come and live here and have a green card, and that's what I want to talk about right now. So we don't know, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that the green card is gonna be abolished like the regular green card, and I'm not gonna say that it's gonna stay, because every president comes with their own things or their own mindset. I do remember 7 years ago, when the current president was a president, I do remember him talking about the green card and saying that he was going to abolish it and all that. But it still continued, because you have people who make sure that even if the president is there, there are some things that they can't change. And the green card is a good thing. I think it's a very good thing, because not all people who come to America are bad. It's very hard to convince some white people. Like, you can convince them that it's a good thing of which you cannot change people's view of whatever that they view of people's beliefs. It's the same thing like us Africans, like coming from Kenya. I know there's a lot of tribalism. Tribalism means you are from this tribe, so a certain tribe will see like you're not good enough. And it's the same thing. I relate tribalism with racism, whereby you find that this tribe, I do remember even when we were younger, there was a lot of stigma if you married from a different tribe, especially if you came from the mountain and you went and got married to the lake region. There was a lot of stigma. I do remember a very close cousin who was getting married, and I do remember hearing a comment that was made by a very close family member, and they were referring like when that person was getting married to that other person of the other region, like it wasn't a good thing. So I normally try to put racism and tribalism as the same thing. But at the end of the day, all of us are made in the image of God and likeness of God, regardless of our skin color. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. You find that we always have something that we can get from one another. It doesn't matter where you come from. And that's why I know and I believe that the DB lottery is a good thing, because it brings a lot of diversity. It brings a lot of, you get to meet a lot of people, you get to learn a lot of cultures, and you get to learn a lot of people. But right now, I want to talk about the Trump gold card. It's been talked about, and it comes, it's not gonna, because there were some people who are confusing and they're saying the green card is gonna change to that gold, the gold card. No, the green card is still there. It's still there right now. I can't say about its future or whatever. It's still there right now. But before I go to the gold card, there's one thing that I want you guys to know. That the people who are going to win the green card, I'm telling you, before you get that visa to come and travel to the US, there are going to be a lot of things that you will have to do. You'll have to work more harder than you are working right now for you to get that visa, because even a little tiny thing is going to make them deny you that opportunity to come and live here with when you have won your DB lottery. So I'm going to start talking about it when it's near and when people have started doing all the processing and everything. But what I want you to know is that it's going to be a little bit difficult. I'm telling you, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Because nowadays, and I talked about this in another video, even when you are a US citizen, you don't know. I read another article that was saying that if you're a permanent resident and you had kids who came in and they are 14 and they still have that permanent resident status, they have to go and register to be fingerprinted. And I don't know what's the business of fingerprinting 14 years old. Of course, you can sign a waiver. A waiver is whereby they're still younger and they can, because I do remember Christine became a citizen when she was 14. So the appointment that she was supposed to go like an adult to go and get fingerprinted, she wasn't. They just took her picture. So maybe that's what they want to do. I don't know. But I was reading an article that was leaning to that side. So many things have changed. And I think what I can say is that there are some people who come here and they are bad. Like, they are really bad. But there are some people who are very honest and very good. And they bring a lot of good things, you know. We might not bring all the money and dollars, but there's still something that we bring. But I'm telling you, the thing that even when you immigrate from very far away and you come here, always know your place. It's very, very important to know your place. Like, very, very, very important. Do not come and you can never be like them. You can't. No matter how much you try. I'm telling you, even if it's work, you have to work 10 times harder than them so that you can be where you are. Actually, you don't work even to be acknowledged by anyone or to get validation or whatever. But I'm telling you, for you even to keep a job, you have to work 10 times harder. You know what I mean? And that's why I tell my kids, I tell them, if you are in trouble, doesn't matter whether it's my daughters or my son, I tell them, if you are in trouble and you are with the other people of the other kind, they're going to look at you differently. They won't look at you like you are, you know. And sometimes fairness. I don't know if I told you one time that my daughter had been accused Like, you know, they called me to the school, and I found my daughter, I found the deputy principal, and I found 2 policemen. I was like, I didn't understand what was going on. But when I listened to the story, it was because my daughter had hugged her friend. You know, a friend who used to hug her every morning when she went to school. They were friends, and simply because Christina went and hugged her, I think they said that they hugged her from the back or something, it was taken wrongly, and they had to call cops for my little girl. I'm telling you, I felt so bad that day. You know what I mean? Like, I really, like, I was like, really? What if it was that white girl who had hugged my Christine? Would it have been a very big deal? No, it wasn't. But since Christine was being viewed as a different person, because she's of a different color, then that's why they had to call cop. And it was nothing. Even I do remember after that meeting, even the cop reached, like, he followed me, and he was like, if you need whatever, because even them, they didn't understand, because it was just a stupid thing. I would say it was stupid, because you don't do that. So you might meet some of those challenges, because you find that they will always see you like a second-class citizen. Even if you become a US citizen, you're never gonna be like them. So you're gonna have to be always careful, always very, very, very careful. You have to be careful, guys. So I want to talk about that's just a by the way. I want to talk about the Trump gold card. So it's not the DV lottery, it's not the that green card. No, it's another visa. And if you go back to my videos, there's a visa called the EB4. Is it EB4 something? That one is for businessmen, and I had talked about different categories whereby you have your certain business somewhere, and you would like to come, your business has excelled, it's good, and you would like to come and continue with your business, or maybe open a branch here. So you pay $5 million and you get that Trump gold card, and after you get it, then eventually you will get you become a permanent resident, and eventually you become a US citizen. But this is my question: how many people can afford $5 million in Africa, in the African continent? I'm not saying that people are poor. I know there are some people who are filthy rich, but I'm asking, what percentage can afford $5 million? It's a lot of money, guys. Even when you do the conversion, you do you just convert $1 to the shilling, just $1 to the shilling. Let's assume, I'm just going to give an example. I haven't checked to see how much the shilling is trading with the dollar right now, but let's assume 127. Just to be fair, 127 shillings is $1. So that means that $100 is going to be 1,000. Is it 12700? So it's going to be 12,700. So I need you to multiply 125 multiplied by 5 million and tell me how many shillings you will need for you to be able to apply for that. And of course, you must have a business, because they will look. What happens is that you don't just go and say that you want to go and do a business or whatever out of, because you have $5 million. No. You have to give them statements of your business. This is my business. My business is registered, and all this stuff. You have to show them, the statements of your business, because it's all about numbers. You have to show them the numbers. Like, this is what I've been doing. This is what I get, and all that. You have to have like a story. You can't just go by word of mouth and tell them that I have a business and I have $5 million and I want to apply for the visa. No, that one is for business people. So, if you have $5 million and you have a good business that you think that can thrive here in the US, then that's the visa for you. It's a visa for you, and I'm not saying that most people cannot afford. I know there are some people who can, but it's unfortunate that it's not gonna be for just the regular people. The regular people who want just to win the DV lottery and get a few, some money and process it and come and live here. No, that one is going to be a little bit different. It's costing a lot of money if it's to be done. and I know like most probably it's gonna benefit the most wealthy people, the wealthiest people in the world, because you know green card is on the world. So guys, that's the news that I have, that if you have $5 million and you have a good business, oh gosh, business, then you can do that, guys. So I wanted to talk about that. And there must be a fire somewhere or something going on. Yeah, it's either a fire when you see those cars, or it's either someone is very sick and there are so many, they steal another one. Normally what happens, look, the lights are green and right now they have turned red, but all of us have to stop. You do not move until all those cars are gone. You don't move. You stop, you wait until all of them are gone. Actually, you're supposed to go to the curb on your right, but since we are right here and we were already stopped on the lights, then that's why you stay over here. But if those cars are passing, you are not supposed to move. You're just supposed to stand there, which is a good thing because it controls the traffic. So I think now we can go. Let me look at the time. It's 6:29. Still early. I'll make it on time. So guys, that's what I wanted to tell you about the Trump Gold Card. And I also want you to pray for all of us, even the permanent residents, even the US citizens who are immigrants. I told you that they call us aliens. Pray for us, because we don't know what's going to happen to us. We don't know, you know, like there was someone who was saying that you have to carry your little passport ID if you have a passport, because you don't know when they stop you what they're going to do. So we don't know. I normally don't carry mine. I just carry my ID. But you never know. We don't know if after 5 years you want to apply for your citizenship. We don't know what's going to happen. Like there's so many things that we do not know right now. It's just a gray area. But all we can ask from you guys is prayer. It's prayer. Pray for us who are living here in the US, because even when we send our kids to school, guys, we don't know, you know. I was talking to another person and they were telling me that they felt so sad when they had a meeting, whereby that meeting was about what if the ICE people, the people who come to deport people, they came to the school, how would they react? There was another and this one happened just recently, whereby a little girl committed suicide because she was being told by her friends that they were going to call ICE on her parents. You know, the word ICE is, you know, you get scared. You just get very scared. So that little girl, she committed suicide because she couldn't believe that her own friends would say that they were going to do such a thing to her parents, because it is hard, guys. I'm telling you, it is so hard. And you cannot sit and say because I'm a US citizen that everything is good. No, you can't say that. You know, I do remember my mom even reaching out to me, and it was like, are you okay? Are you guys gonna be okay? Since we don't know, you know, it's a gray area, guys. And those are some of the things that even when you come and live here, you will understand better that it is, even if you become a US citizen, doesn't mean that that you are like 100% okay. No, yes, you have the papers and everything, and the sky is the limit. You can do anything that you want. You can go to school, you can have a job anywhere that you want. But are you ever gonna be like 100%? Like, you know, like you will always be seen differently. Like they normally say that we are kind of aggressive, especially as women, but we are not. You know, someone will even just look at you and just talk down on you. Maybe you are doing something and they have their own opinion, and it's okay for someone to have their own opinion, and maybe that opinion is wrong, and what you're doing, you're trying to do whatever you're doing, you're trying to follow the instructions that have been given, because everywhere you go to work or whatever that you're doing here, there's always some instructions. So maybe you're trying to follow those instructions, but someone else, they come and think that you're not doing the right thing, and they start forcing your opinion on them, and they just put you down, and you don't even know what to say. But you always have to, you know, stand your ground and do follow what is required to be done. I don't know what's going on over there. And then you wait, because you know if you follow the right instructions, then nobody is gonna come after you and tell you that you did something wrong. You know. So it's always a grade. I'm telling you guys, and it's a good opportunity to come and live here. But I'm telling you, you're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to learn the way to live. You're gonna have to know your place. Like, that's the best thing that I can say. You have to know your place. You always have to know your place, because if you don't know your place, then you will always get disappointed. You'll have these very high expectations. I don't know what went, or you did this, and then you have all these high expectations, and then your expectations would be shattered. So what I do myself is I leave whatever that I do it to my best without expecting that someone is gonna say thank you, or someone is gonna acknowledge what I am doing. I hope that person doesn't cross. Those people just cross the road the way they want. This is a bad area to drive. So for me, what I do and how I have lived since I came to the US is I try everything that I do it 100%. Without expecting anything in return. Nothing. I don't. You know? If I am going to work, I go to work, mind my business, do what I'm supposed to do, and then go home to my children. You know? That's how I do it. Because I know that if I do it differently, then I'm not going to like what the outcome is going to be. I try to keep to myself. I try to put my family and what I'm doing at my, that is my circle. It's my circle, and sometimes I might have an opinion on something, but I just keep quiet. I'm like, no, I don't want to give my opinion, because if I do, then it's not going to be like taken seriously or whatever. So I just keep to myself sometimes. I'm like, no, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to be quiet, and that's it. So that's kind of how, because you don't want to find yourself in trouble. You don't want to be spotted. You just want to be, you know, if you go to a wedding, there are some people who are there on the high table, and there are some people who are there behind the scenes. They are doing the dishes. You know, they are the ones who did the cooking. That's why I like to place myself just behind there, behind the curtain. And it's not a bad thing, guys. Someone might say it's a bad thing, but I think it is good, because I try to let what I'm doing speak for itself, but not my mouth. You know? That's what I try to do. But guys, I know I've talked about so many things in this video. It's because I want to reach work. So guys, continue subscribing to my YouTube channel. We'll continue talking about more things. And we'll continue talking about, and if anything comes up, I will tell you about it, because that's what I like doing. But if you have $5 million, please, and you have a good business, then soon, you can come and live here and get a green card and do your business here. So that is what I wanted to talk about, and I am here. I'm gonna park my car. My car, there we go. And it's let me see if I have some, I have some minutes to walk to my job, and I'll see you in another video. So thank you, and God bless you.